With Allah's name, the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer, the praise and thanks belongs to Allah, the guardian evolver of all systems of knowledge. We seek the prayers and the peace upon his messenger Muhammad, who received the revelations of the Quran. Dear listening audience, believers, Assalamu alaikum and Ramadan Mubarak. We want to take a little time today to speak from chapter 57, verse 21 on forgiveness. We know that Ramadan has been divided into three parts. The first part, mercy. The second part is forgiveness, which we will speak on today. So be foremost to a spiritual garden, a place of forgiveness whose width is as the width of the sky and the earth, prepared for those who believe in Allah and His messengers, due to the influences of this transitory sensory life and its pictorials that are translated or interpreted to the mind, which becomes swiftly expired. These images have veiled the soul from the light of the heart, which validates the true perceptions of life for the intellect. Yes, that is the heart. The heart validates the true perceptions of life that is given to the intellect. The idea of forgiveness, in its original meaning from the scholars, is to dress, clothe, or cover something, protecting it from dirt, filth, or blemishes. From this, we can say that forgiveness is not only to remove something that would make the thing clean, but to clothe it afterwards, that it would not be exposed to additional adverse elements or circumstances. That way, we would be protected against similar acts that brought about seeking forgiveness in the first place. This kind of forgiveness that can only come from Allah removes sin, and as long as we do not do anything to remove the clothing of forgiveness, such as the clothing of consciousness that protects and preserves the human nature, then Allah will continue to forgive over and over again. Consequently, we can say that forgiveness will soon lead us to repentance. For repentance is when you leave or omit an offensive act or influence upon the soul and turn towards that which is more beautiful and praiseworthy, accompanied with an apology. For this transitory life of imagery and perceptions are continuously lurking in the environment of the heart that influences our nature. Therefore, we need protection against the enemy or ideas that will enter into and blemish the heart. Symbolically addressing this idea, the hair on the chest of the man is a sign of an alarm system that when something comes close to the chest, which houses the heart, it can be detected. Anything small, the hair is sensitive enough to pick it up. For the woman, the protection for the heart is the cloth or shawl, we may call it, that is draped over the breast. This society wants us to have death, not life. And that death is that we only see ourselves and attend to our existence as a temporary physical reality. Thereby, the perceptions or images we are given through the senses become our reality, while not knowing our true human essence or existence of another corresponding, more abstract reality. For the human being's existence is not the flesh and bone picture that we see. That is only the medium used to express our true existence. Our true existence is an unseen nature to the physical eye or the physical senses. Our intelligence, life or body, our spiritual life and nature, our moral life and nature, this is the true universal reality of the true existence of the human being. All human beings share the reality of this existence equally in classification. So as we stated in the beginning, we are to be foremost to a place of forgiveness, whose width is as widespread as the heavens and the earth. This suggests to us that Allah has placed our souls in this garden to live. Just as man is not able to calculate the expansions or limits of the physical heavens or skies, then we can say that man is not able to calculate the limits of his own spirituality. If our souls within our spiritual reality can occupy a garden at the same time, likewise, we all can occupy that place of forgiveness at the same time. This freedom space in our spirituality becomes a high universal place of sacredness. This garden is a place that if I seek forgiveness for a mark or blemish on my soul or on my nature, then too I am seeking forgiveness for the same mark or imperfection that has affected the soul of every human being, because our souls are one soul that includes the many. We can call it the collective soul of the human being. So when I seek forgiveness for myself and that I have wronged my own soul, I have also wronged the soul of many. The defects and blemishes I find on my soul are on your soul too, whether you realize it or not. If Allah does not remove that blemish from one of us and place a covering over it, then soon we will realize that same blemish on all our souls, though we may not know how it got there. And if there is a blemish or flaw on my soul that I am not responsible for it being there, perhaps we may say an injustice has occurred. Thus, in the same line of thinking, it is the great religious philosopher that have said, an injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. So, dear believers, let us be in this month of Ramadan that all our defects in our hearts, on our souls, in our universal spirit be burned off by the fires of Ramadan, whose flames are the mercy and forgiveness of Allah. And that we read the Quran, that our hearts and souls become elevated, that we ascend to that place or that garden of forgiveness. I thank you for your time in listening today. Assalamu alaikum and Ramadan Mubarak.